welcome into Undisputed. I'm Jen Hale here alongside Skip Bayless and a very proud
old Larry Bird inaugural winner.
Hi, guys.
That's who it is, Skip. But that's who it is. Ain't nobody but old Larry Bird inaugural winner. Hold on, I got something else for you, stuff. I'm gonna give you this one. Oh, JB. There ain't nobody I want JB.
I like that one.
No, you a hater.
I'll take him over him.
You a hater, man. You stop hating.
You know what? You are so lucky because I picked Memphis, and all of a sudden Dylan Brooks is gone for effectively 2 games, and Ja is hurt and out for the last 3 games. Then I picked the Miami Heat, and Tyler Hero, the 6th man of the year, averaging 21 a game on 40% three-point shooting, is basically lost for the whole thing with a groin pull. And Jimmy Butler goes south in those 2 games, and I got no shot.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Why didn't I hear this from you when Marcus Smart missed game 1 and Al Horford missed game 1 and Robert Williams looked like me doing the electric slide out there on one leg? Did you see him, Skip? Now, you need to stop this. Look at me. Now, how about me? Give me something in honor of Boston Celtics.
You know what? I will give you this. You have on a watered-down green suit because watered down is how those guys played last night.
You a hater.
They were watered-down green last night. That's what it is.
I still like a big old bowl of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yeah.
I do.
I don't eat it, but you do, and it's okay. You deserve one today for your luck.
8 cases to 1 sweep.
Okay.
And 1 fell swoop, just like that.
You got it. Way to go.
Should Jimmy Buckets have taken that shot?
Skip, I know what the numbers say about Jimmy Butler in this situation. He's awful. He's downright terrible. But I got to ride with him. Skip, I'm not even in a game 7 if he doesn't go haywire in game 6. I'm not even in this game late in the ball game if he doesn't go haywire in the 2nd quarter. So I'm going to trust Jimmy Butler in this situation. Now, the only 3-point shot he made was one very similar to the one that he had missed. And Skip, if you notice, Skip, this was only his first, I think it's only a shot that he attempted in the final 5 minutes. He played every minute, every second of that ball game. He was starting to get fatigued. I'm going to trust Jimmy Butler because I've seen him hit shot after shot, big shot after big shot, especially in game 6 and game 7. Probably shouldn't have been in this situation. He had played anything close to this in games 3 through 5, Skip. We might be having a different conversation today. But unfortunately, we're not having that conversation. Skip, I'm going to ride with him. I got to because I've seen what he's done. I've seen the shots that he's made, especially Friday night and in the 2nd quarter last night, yesterday afternoon, going into last night. And I said, you know what, I'm going to ride with Jimmy Butler. And I know what, Skip, I saw the numbers. He's terrible. He is in situations like this. I think he's 0-11 with the Miami Heat in shots in that situation. But I got to trust him. And I do because he's the only thing that I really have. Who else am I going to go with? I'm going to trust Max Strus in that situation. Am I going to trust Kyle Lowry? And maybe people say, well, Shannon, hey, it's a 3-point shot to put him up 1. Why not just go try to attack the basket and maybe get an and-1? Okay, I get it. But whatever his decision is, because it's Jimmy Butler and because he had an outstanding series, Skip, he did get 1 vote for the inaugural Larry Bird Award. I'm going to trust him. I'm going to trust him, Skip. I got to ride with it, and you know how I feel about that situation like this. Sometimes KD makes a play, sometimes he doesn't. LeBron James, he's probably notorious. Sometimes he'll take the shot, sometimes he'll pass it up. In that situation, in that moment, I'm going to trust the player's judgment. I'm going to trust Jimmy Butler, Jimmy Buckets in that situation, Skip, because, again, I didn't think I said there is no way in hell he's going to follow up Sunday what he did on Friday night. There's no possible way. And then I'm thinking, Celtics, are y'all going to just let this man beat you single-handedly, beat you again? And he was well on his way, Skip. I have no problem with Jimmy Butler taking that shot. I trust him. He's been everything for them. He got them to a game 7, and hey, you know what? I'm going to sink or swim with him captain of the boat. I got no problem with him taking that shot.
Okay. My turn. Before I address Jen's question about my guy, Jimmy Butler, allow me to go quick big picture here because the truth is, in a home game 7, if the home team is going to shoot 6 for 30 from the 3-point line, that's 24 missed 3-point shots.
Right.
You're going to lose. If the home team in the 4th quarter of a game 7 is going to go 1 of 10 from 3, you're probably going to lose. If the home team is going to get to the free throw line 24 times but make only 16, that means 8 missed free throws in a game 7 at home, you're probably going to lose. if you're going to get out-rebounded by 4 on your home floor in a Game 7, you're probably going to lose. If you're going to get out offensive rebounded by 3 on your home floor, yeah, you're probably going to be in a lot of trouble. If the Celtics are going to make 3 more free throws than you, yeah. If they're going to be plus 15 on you from the three-point line, yep. You're probably going to lose, and you should have lost horrendously badly.
Yes.
You should have gotten blown off your home court.
You should have.
This game screamed blowout when they went up 17 early in the second quarter, and Jimmy Buckets, out of nowhere, he scores 18 in the second quarter, and it was really his only big explosion of the game because he had a very quiet 6 in the first quarter. He had 18 in the second. Now, on that one, he made 5 out of 5 shots from the floor and made his only 3 that he attempted.
Right.
And made 7 of 10. He got to the free throw line 10 times in the second
quarter alone.
7 times. Are you kidding me? Because for the whole game, he was 8 of 11. So that means he only shot one more free throw outside the second quarter, and he made that. And then he goes pretty quiet in the third quarter, in which they lost the quarter with only 7 points. And then he went real quiet, to your point. He's just running out of gas. In the fourth quarter, he scored 4 points and missed both of his three-point shots, obviously getting to this one. Okay, so in the bigger picture, here's why I don't have a problem with this shot, because very quietly, the same Jimmy Butler, who shot 23% from 3 during the regular season, a career worst outside of his rookie year, but that 23% from 3?
That's Westbrookian, huh?
Okay, it is. For a team, the Miami Heat, who led the league in three-point shooting.
Right.
How do you rise above Jimmy's 23% to lead the league with 38%? It means everybody was raining threes. And it's why Tyler Hero won 6th man, because he made 40% of his threes.
Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy, during the regular season on wide open threes was 6 of 19, which is 32%, which is barely passable. But the point is, it's not what he does, right?
Right.
Although he had made 4 in Game 6, 4 out of 7, which was shocking. I'm sure shocking to you, and shocking to Celtics and the Celtics nation.
And they were some of them were contested.
He's just out of his mind. So if you look at the big picture, over his last 11 threes in this series, he had made 5 out of 11. So
you can live with that.
In his head, he's thinking, okay, I got this. Well, it's his team. It's his time. Tyler Hero tried to go and couldn't do anything. So he's history on the end of the bench. He might as well have gotten in civvies by then and gone Miami Vice. But the point is, you get a semi-break, and you got Oladipo on one wing. You got Strus coming up the rear. And you just said, who do you want? Strus taking that shot? The truth is, the God's truth is, in that circumstance, I would have felt slightly better with either of those two guys taking a wide open 3, Strus or Oladipo.
I don't think Jimmy ever saw him, Skip. I don't think in his mind.
In his head, he just said, this is my team and my turn, and here I go. I got this much left in my tank. I'm going to go. And obviously what Jimmy does best is crafty. It's sly. It's getting to the rim. It's using his strength and his athletic ability just to hang in the air and get to the free throw line. But he's looking at Al Horford, who is actually kind of a mirror image of him as a player, because Al Horford is about as sly and crafty on defense as you can get. He is hard to fool on defense. So Jimmy's calculating. What are my odds? If it's Robert Williams who's backpedaling, maybe Jimmy says, I got this. I'll just drive him right to the basket, and I'll get to the free throw line. Jimmy is a clutch free throw shooter late games. But he says, no, it's Al, and I don't trust that I'm going to get the best shot against Al. He might even block my shot. I'm pulling up. And here we go. Boom, up and shoot. Okay, so I'm with you. I don't have any problem with that. But what I do have a problem with is how badly he missed the shot, because it wasn't even close. If it would have been online and long enough, if he had back ironed it, I'd say I completely live with that. But if we see the shot,
them legs, Skip.
Yeah, okay. But then you got to calculate that, because he goes up and he's wide left and short. Never up, never in is the oldest cliche in basketball. And it was never up, and it was not even close to being in, because it was way wide left. Running out of steam? Is there just not enough leg to get into the shot? Well, I'm sure you were happy with it because it could have shocked you right out of your chair.
I was like, no. I was like, Al, why are you backpedaling? Skip, that's the Kevin Durant shot that he hit in Game 3.
He did.
He's just basically walking into a three. Now, he's not the shooter that Kevin Durant is, but you just let that's an NBA player.
Yep.
And you don't let him just walk into a transition three, and that's exactly what he did. He missed it. And I get Jimmy Butler's number, but Skip, you got to let that man take that shot, considering he got you there in Game 6, considering, like you said in the second quarter, Skip, this was supposed to be, the Celtics were supposed to go in at the half up 30.
Absolutely. I thought it was going to be up 40 by the end of the game.
And I'm like
a 40-point game.
This game was supposed to be over. And then all of a sudden, I'm thinking, Miami's feeling really, really good. Down 17, and here we are down 6, and nobody outside of Jimmy Butler has played particularly well. I like that Bam was aggressive. Bam decided to say, you know what, hey, I'm going to go at you, Al Horford, if it goes in it. But he attacked him. But I'm going to live with Jimmy Butler taking that shot because he had been sensational. Last 2 games, Skip, you look at the numbers, what do you have? Like 82 points in his last 2 games, averaging 41?
Yep.
I'm going to take it. I'll live with it.
Okay, yet let's backtrack slightly to the 3:35 mark when your Boston Celtics went up 13 points thanks to 2 free throws by Marcus Smart. They're up 13 with 3:35 left. And could we see what started happening with the Heat? Can we see how they went on an 11-0 run? It did not feature Jimmy Butler at all, if we could see these shots. Here we go. This is the start of it. Kick out to Kyle Lowry, and he says, I got this. He made some big gutsy shots to keep them alive.
That 3 hits after they went up 3 on Friday night, Skip saved them.
Oladipo, but followed by Strus. Followed Dunk.
Yep.
And here we go again with Oladipo, just goes up and under. And the Celtics are starting to wobble here because Kyle Lowry takes Grant Williams right to the rim and bodies him off and makes the shot. And that's the shot of shots by Strus. That's why I say he's got some magic in his hand because that's 50.7 seconds left. And he makes a 3 to cut it to 2.
Rest.
Okay, now, to frame this, think about this. Jimmy Butler did not participate in the 11-0 run. If you told me that Jimmy had made 3 of those shots, I'd say, well, obviously he's got to take the next one. Right. But he did not participate. So
or at least taking a shot. Forget to make it one, at least taking one.
He wasn't at all part of any of this, which is pretty shocking considering they're out of it with, I would have bet my life on down 13. With
3:35,
it's just the Celtics are too good on defense alone. And you did that to their defense, an 11-0 run? Okay, so that's another reason why I have deeply mixed emotions about Jimmy. Should you have looked for somebody else just because maybe you were gassed, maybe you were done, maybe somebody else? I might look for Strus to take that shot. If you want a 3, unless you want to just go shoot free throws, if you want to shoot free throws, remember, it's not a walk-off shot. It's 16.6 seconds left.
Yeah, they're going to get another crack at you.
There's a lot of time because Celtics are going to get another shot.
Yeah, and they got a timeout.
Very possibly you might get another shot before all this is over, right? So you could argue, okay, your guts were telling you just shoot it, but maybe there was a slightly smarter play. And what's Jimmy's MO? He plays the right way. He's much more likely, almost to a fault, to get teammates involved than he is to just go gunner, like go mad gunning, where he's just firing from everywhere, which is what he had to do in Game 6 and in the second quarter of Game 7, right? Okay, now let's look at what was going on with the Celtics, because this was equally shocking to me. From
Marcus Smart was going on.
3:35 mark. Let's look at these shots, because Marcus Smart just said, this is my team, my turn, my town. I am the Boston Celtics.
Man, I was losing my mind.
Watch what happens. Marcus Smart here, this is to close the game. He says, I got this, and that was long. And then I got this.
Look at this one, Skip.
That's pretty wide open, and he's...
All they had to do was just up fake and drive the ball.
Argue.
Look at this.
He says, I'll do it this time. And
he took the last 5 shots.
Okay, and then it's Marcus Smart. Again, whoops, no, that's
a turnover. Grant Williams.
Grant Williams gets it knocked out.
This is Marcus Smart.
And here he's just leaning into it, and it's a little short. Maybe his legs are starting to go. And once again, that's the
turnover by
foul, which got challenged, but not overturned. And then
Marcus Smart again
just forces a shot up through traffic, and it goes nowhere. And guess who gets it? It's Jimmy Buckets, and here we go. So Marcus Smart goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 for 5 with the offensive foul on Jaylen Brown and
the turnover on Grant Williams.
That's it. That's your
the last 7 possessions.
That's 3:35. And Could you hold up your jersey for a second, please?
Yeah, JT. You know who it is,
Hold that
JT.
up just for the second. 0. Jayson Tatum fittingly wears 0 because he took 0 shots. Actually, in the last 4.5 minutes of the game, he took 0 shots.
You know, if you think about it, what they do? They doubled him. They doubled him using Marcus Smart, man, because Marcus Smart wasn't smart enough to understand. Man, I'm wide open, I'm out. Yes, because they want you to shoot the ball. They doubled Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum did what he was supposed to do, give the ball up. He played really well, Skip. You remember Friday night, the turnovers, 7 of them. Last night, 2 of them. So he gave the ball up to Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart wants to be a hero. He thinks that, you know what? If I hit a couple of these shots, I might win that Larry Bird award. And he started trying to play hero ball, and he almost cost him. He single-handedly got the Miami Heat back in this ball game with his dumb play.
Was he not screaming, "This is my team. I do this. I'm the closer for this team"?
He ain't no closer.
Okay. Is he not saying, "I'm the superstar"?
Oh, yeah.
Here?
Well, that's what his actions scream.
I know he won Defensive Player of the Year, but he was acting like he was going to win Offensive Player of the Year.
I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Skip, and in that situation, 13, 14 seconds on the shot clock. You don't even need to shoot the ball. Even if you are open, the clock is your friend.
Okay, now let's go back to 11:04 left in the third quarter, and I'm not saying this determined the outcome of the game, but a very mysterious development occurred. Strus hits a 3, and I think, here we go. It was a little bit lucky. It kind of bounced around and fell through, so I'll give you the luck factor.
Almost like a Kawhi shot.
Okay, but it felt like here they come, like the gods were finally, they were getting the bounces finally. And this is to Strus, Kyle Lowry to Strus, and he takes a dribble left, and he sets up, and it's up, and down. And yet, about 10 minutes of real time passed, not clock time, and they're saying that he stepped out of bounds, and I'm just not sure his heel ever went completely down on the line.
Yeah, they down.
No, he's on his toes. He's on his toes, and I don't think the flat of his foot ever came completely down on the out-of-bounds line because there's a referee standing right there. He doesn't say a word, right? And that's his job, is to watch the out-of-bounds, and you see it called all the time, but he did not call it.
I didn't know you could do that.
It goes to Secaucus, New Jersey, to the home office. So somebody up above gets involved, could have gone all the way up to the commissioner. I don't know. Is it possible they said, we got to make sure that the Celtics have the best chance to get through?
No. Scott Foster was really trying to win this award.
Was he?
Yeah, the referee, Scott Foster.
Okay.
Oh, Scott Foster thought he could. Referees, you cannot win any of the awards, Western or Eastern Conference, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. You can't win that. You can't win the Bill Russell Award. Will you guys sit your butt down and stop intervening? People do not pay good money. I do not turn my TV on to watch you guys to try to determine the outcome of a ball game. Let them play. If you're going to let them play, let them play. Skip, they called a play on Friday night against Jayson Taylor. They said, Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum.
You wish he played like Jayson.
Skip, they said he pushed off. Jimmy Butler made the exact same play where he shoves Al Horford, and they say the basket's good. Just give us consistency.
Well, I want to drive home the point that I do not believe Max Strus's heel ever touched that line, and it's highly suspicious, highly mysterious to me that it took 10 minutes of real time before finally they announce, it's overturned?
I didn't know you could do that. Skip, I thought you could see if it was a 2 or a 3. I didn't know you can go back and always challenge that, well, he was out of bounds, so it wasn't either. I didn't know that. So I was this old before I realized, because Skip, you see him challenging it, but I guess you can challenge all the way up to it. Was he inbound? Was he out of bounds? They got it right. Know they got it right, too.
They did not get it right, and Spoelstra did everything but scream about it, and he said, I'm not trying to complain, this is no excuse, but he said, that was so unusual for us to be grinding and then get some momentum, and then it was like, oh, hey, by the way, take away that 3 with no explanation, he says to Spoelstra. That's the human side of it, that's not the complaining side. Who knows if that would have changed anything anyway.
Right.
Well, who knows? But it was 3 points
Yeah.
in a game that went right to the wire. Would it have changed the momentum of the game if you had let it stand? I think it might
But
have.
here's the thing, though, Skip. At the time, it was standing. They didn't know until much later that it wasn't going to stand. So it had no bearing because at that point in time, you thought the three was good. So you had the momentum. You were building on the momentum. It wasn't until ex post facto that you found out.
Didn't.
Exactly.
And they have to make a public address announcement. It's disqualified. What?
Yeah.
It's gone? What a shock.
I didn't know what happened because I hear the sound. All of a sudden, I see them. They got 3 points fewer than what they had a minute ago.
Well, color me suspicious.
Man, stop it. There you go. See, Skip. See, this is how conspiracy theories start.
That's not even conspiracy. That's just blatant fact. I'd never heard of that before. I've never seen that.
Well,
if the refs in the next timeout or stoppage,
right? Yes, that's what normally happens.
If they'd all
That's
gone
what normally
over and
happens.
huddled and said, you know what? I think we should take that one away.
Right.
At least I'd say, well, that's protocol, right? This wasn't protocol.
The Ray Allen shot.
Yeah.
What did they do? They immediately stopped it. Let's go make sure that was a three-point shot.
It was.
It was a three-point shot. But you're right, to let that length of time, if that's 11 minutes of game time, how much time in actuality was it? I mean, I think it was 11 minutes in game time. But, yeah, it's disappointing because all of a sudden, Skip, I think I got this, and then all of a sudden I got that.
If only Miami had Ray Allen last night. Heck, I'll go this far. If only Miami had LeBron last night.
You know,
right?
you can do go
Jimmy or bust.
Game 7. You know what Go James did. You remember? Jimmy Butler did have a LeBron James 6, Skip.
Yeah.
He did do that. Now, give him credit.
But in the end, he was Jimmy Bustler.
There you go. Man, Skip, the man had
Jimmy or bust, and it goes bust.
Skip,
Jimmy Bustler.
Hold on. The man had 35, 9, and 1. He didn't get a whole lot of people involved, but they only had 16 assists. There's a lot, wasn't a whole lot of getting other people involved. But Skip, he was sensational these last. For 4 to 7 games, he was unquestioned the best player in this series.
Fortunately, there were 2 others. Or I would be the one celebrating today. Thank you very much. But congratulations to Celtic Nation.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the 8 cases. I'll probably give another 8 off you in this series.
Okay, here we go.
Probably.
Thank you.
I'm thinking about it.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.